Hi guys, good morning. This is Dan. Welcome to Engelgeist. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. For those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very much for your support. I greatly appreciate your subscriptions. If you're interested in supporting the channel in that way or in other ways, if you check the drop-down menu on the video description on any of the daily videos, in there is all of my social media contacts, how to get a hold of me if you want a personal reading, also how to find the Patreon page, and some things I want you to think about while watching my videos, just how you best utilize them in your day-to-day life and stuff. This is a broad spectrum reading intended for a lot of people, so I speak in broad terms and you have to figure out where this best fits in your life within what situations. But ideally, if it works, great, use it. If it doesn't, or if it doesn't seem to fit, that's okay. It doesn't mean anything's wrong or broken. You just might be working on something different. So that's okay. This reading is originally created for Friday. Today's Thursday. Friday, the 4th of June. Has anybody else after COVID lost the complete concept of what day of the week it is? Like all the time, I never know what day it is. Friday, the 4th of June. It's not only for that date, though. If you're seeing it on a date other than Friday, June 4th, that's okay. The message may be for you then in that moment when it's appeared in your feed or you've come across the reading. So pay more attention to the message than the timing as far as I'm concerned. Originally it's for the 3rd of May. June. God, I'm a mess this morning, guys. Okay, so I'm just groggy. I woke up at 6:30 this morning and I'm kind of like not quite fully awake yet. So let's see what the cards have to say to us this morning. Okay. Oh, interesting. This was at the bottom of the deck when I picked up the deck. This is the King of Gabriel. So this is the King of Wands, essentially. This is generous, inspirational, dramatic, and driven. Keep your eyes on the big picture. Leave the details to others. Experience that leads to success. Genuine concern for others. So Wands to me is the idea of, is the element of fire or desire, taking action, moving into swift action, seeing it, essentially the King of Wands. And it's interesting that we're seeing this on, again, this is for Thursday. So we're in that midweek energy moving into the end of the week. And for the midweek, we had that Ace of Wands. So we're in that sort of, I don't want to say impulsive, but we're in that probably that desire to get things done, to make things happen. The King of Wands is not going to take a whole lot of time on whatever he's doing. Wands moves very quickly as far as timing. It could be a very swift day that flies right by us. We will be making hopefully decisions, making choices, taking action, all of that sort of stuff from a place of authority, from a place of feeling confident. That should be the feeling here too. Even if this stuff is new, which would be the Ace of Wands underneath this, but it should be we should feel kind of, in the moment, in control, but in the moment, like going as, not as we learn, because the King is aware, but the newness of the Ace of Wands underneath this makes me think that we may not necessarily be looking at, even though the King of Gabriel says looking at the big picture, right? But to me, it's like we're making decisions in the moment by how we desire, how we feel, not necessarily thinking of others. And I don't mean that in a bad way. What I mean is we're putting ourselves first, our desires first, our needs first, our what we want. And what I'm talking about as far as wants is like our goal, our wands being the realm of fire is that of the spirit. So this isn't, I mean, yes, it can be about, wanting a relationship or a job, but it's that job that feels right deep down inside. It's that love that feels correct deep down inside, like all is right in the world. The King of Wands is not somebody that's going to sit around idle and not do what he needs to do to get things taken care of. He will definitely roll up his sleeves, get in there, and get it done. So today should be a day where we're looking at things from that perspective, from that drive, from that excitement in a way, and that accomplishment too. He's extremely accomplished, in my opinion. So there should be a sense of accomplishment with that. What was the last card? Oh my God, I can't even remember. Is this June, May? No, it's April. Hold on, I'm trying to remember how we ended out the week. We had Ace of Swords, Ace of Wands, and then we had the Magician. So that Magician is also that creative energy too. So we can definitely see this King of Wands feeding the Aquarius or Uranus sort of energy of the Magician. So there's a lot of possibility here if we decide to take action, make decisions, and push ourselves towards the desired outcome, right? Not letting sort of others or situations or parameters stand in our way, right? The King of Wands is going to figure a way around it through inspiration, through that also that Ace of Swords that we saw earlier in the week, and all of that air energy, that mental energy that we've been working with in Gemini season. Go with it. Use your mind. Use your skills. Use a little bit of your intuition, this being a Wands card, and see where it takes you, right? So this is extremely exciting. And then we have the Angel of Strength. Now, to me, what's interesting about this Oracle deck is some of it kind of gives off a little bit of, what's the word? Tarot. This to me reminds me of the Strength card, right? We have the traditional lion with the female angel. They're together. Card number 50, which would boil down to a 5, which is a period of transition. But the reason why I point this out is because the Strength card is associated with Leo, right? And so to me, because of the lion, and so to me, we have a lot of fire on board today. Fire in the belly, fire in the heart, fire in the mind, wherever that fire is today, listen to it, right? It's going to be that inspirational sort of, I don't know if happy is the right word, but it's going to be that thing that it cannot be denied, right? And so when I see this Angel of Strength, it's saying to me, not only do we have the wisdom, the knowledge, and the awareness of the King of Wands, but we also have the strength to sort of execute our plans, to move forward in knowing who we are, in self-assuredness, in confidence, right? Strength can be forms of confidence and sort of our own truth in a way, right? And so when I'm looking at these two, today should be an extremely empowered day where we feel not like the goal is to be in control of things, but we do feel somewhat authoritative or in control of what's going on and aware of what's going on and strong enough to kind of handle whatever comes at us, certainly. Let's look at the grounding stone and see what that brings with it. Okay. The stone is relax. So grounding in that awareness of who we are and what we know to be true, our own personal strength, the things that we've been through in the past have sort of built with the awareness of this King of Wands energy, right? Everything that maybe we've sort of been through up until this moment is all been sort of in preparation for this moment or this next time period, right? So we want to use those things as assets and strengths versus using them against us as judgments or ridicule. Does that make sense? Stand in this self-assuredness of the King of Wands and utilize your strength. Relax into who you are and what you know to be true. Make the decisions and the goals. Don't be afraid of your desires. Go after them. You know, he's not a man that denies himself what he wants. He's somebody that says, I'm the King of Wands. I'm going for this, right? So there's nothing stopping us today other than maybe our own dialogue or, you know, the words of others in our mind that we sometimes assume is us because we've got their thoughts playing in our mind, if that makes any sense, right? Like sometimes society or roles that are placed upon us that we adopt because we assume that's what it means to be like a good person or, you know, to do the right thing. It's all just a ruse. It's not really who we are or what we want. It's what we're told we're supposed to be. Don't fall into that today, right? The Strength card says to me, and the King of Wands says to me, we can be who we are in our entirety. Relax into that and make that happen. Remember, we're seeking that joy this week. So what brings you joy? What do you desire at the deepest levels? Relax and go after it today. that is your forecast. Please hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.